Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I hold like 17 years of experience, which includes nearly 8+ years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. So well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, URLlib, etc. Experience in implementing large-scale business critical systems using object-oriented design and programming, and developing variety of web applications implementing MVT architecture using server-side applications, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yeah, can
Yes,
anyone?
visible and audible.
Fine, thank you. So I'll be just giving time for your general queries at the end of the session, right? So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics, right? So why Python and who can learn Python and how Python was, see why Python, see Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced, right? So Python was introduced like 30 years back in the year 1989, right? Why all of a sudden Python has got a great boom? What are the reasons, right? Which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites for learning Python? See, there is no prerequisites for learning Python. So it doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge of C or Java or any other programmings. So Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming. So we will be discussing each and every syntax from the scratch ground level to the advanced level. So there is no prerequisites, right? Anybody can update. Anybody with zero programming or non-programming can update with Python. And how Python was built and how Python was derived, right? And Python real-time applications. What kind of applications we can develop today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications, and Python usage. Who are using Python today? Which companies are using Python, and top most applications built by using Python. Python comparison with other programmings like I'll just take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can just check how simple these Python statements look as compared with other programming. You can check coding wise, length wise, complexity wise. You can check how simple these Python statements. Not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programming languages. So yes, reasons why Python is super popular all of a sudden, right? And Python scope and job market. What is the scope of Python, not only in the current, in the coming years, and what is the current job market of Python? So this is what I'm going to just brief you about these things in today and tomorrow sessions. Fine. So starting with why Python, right? So I define Python in 5 lines. Python is a general purpose programming language. I'll just brief you one by one, right? It's a multi-programming features we see in Python. High-level language, interpreted language, right? Line by line execution we are going to see, and user-friendly programming. See, the first one, see, one by one I'll be briefing you. General purpose programming language, right? So before Python, there were some languages, if you heard about these languages, right? So like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, right? So we have got languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL. So Pascal, right? These languages, Pascal, Fortran, and COBOL, these are purpose-based languages. Purpose-based. These are used for a particular purpose, not for all the purposes, right? For example, Pascal is used for scientific applications, for developing scientific applications. Fortran for developing complicated mathematical applications, and COBOL for business applications, for business, for mathematical, and for scientific. They are used for a specific purpose. They are purpose-based languages, but a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, any type of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of any type of application. It's not purpose based. It's not for a specific purpose. Like we can develop web applications today, like automation applications, gaming applications, networking applications, embedded applications, desktop applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications can be developed using Python. I'll be briefing you about all those in real-time applications, right? Yes, so it's a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications can be developed. Okay. Multi-programming features, right? Multi-programming features means, I'll give a labor example. If you want to launch a new product into the market to attract the customers, like for example, you want to launch a new mobile phone, right? To attract the customers, if we embed all the features of various other mobiles, it's going to attract the customers, right? In the same manner, Python is a kind of programming where we see the features of different other programming languages, multiple programming languages features you are going to see. That's the reason we say Python as a hybrid language. Python is a hybrid language, right? So it has taken some features or advantages from one programming, some other features or advantages from other programming. In this way, for multiple programming languages, it has taken the features like procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modular programming features Python has got, because of which Python is widely used today, right, in the industry, because of its wide varieties of applications and because of its multi-programming or hybrid features. Today, if we see various high-end technologies also using Python as an implementation language, right, to implement various domains, right, like data science. Like if we talk about machine learning, deep learning, total data science implementation goes with Python. The mostly chosen language is Python for this data science, machine learning, right? And even for big data like Spark with Python, we call like PySpark, right? So even like data science with Python, big data with Python, or AWS or DevOps writing scripts using Python, IoT, right? We're writing scripts using Python, robotics writing automation scripts, right? So, and web applications creations using Python, right? So Python is widely used, and because of this even if you talk about NASA is using Python because of it is using Python accordingly because of this multi-programming features. High level language. Python is a high level language. To discuss what is high level language, right? So mainly there are two types, right? Two types of languages. Two types of languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages and low level languages like assembly level or machine level languages. Assembly level or machine level languages. These languages, right? Low level languages. Mainly they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not portable. And machine dependent. Machine dependent. Cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Means they cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. So they're not human understandable, they are not portable, and they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system, right? And high level language like Python. Python is a high level language, so it is human understandable. The statements of Python looks like normal English statements. So Python, it's human understandable, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares in all the operating system. It is human understandable, looks like normal English statements, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. Interpreted language. Interpretation means line by line execution, which makes debugging easy. If we see, we have got two types here. Compilation languages like example C language, interpretation languages like Python. Python comes as an interpretation. So here it executes. Compilation languages it executes the entire code at once. But here it won't execute the entire code at once. Line by line execution, interpretation, line by line execution, execute statement by statement, which makes debugging easy, right? And user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? Yes. So Python has got what features? Python has got procedural oriented programming features. What features Python has taken means it has taken advantages or features from one programming, some other advantages or features from other programming. So in this way, Python has got features from different programming. What programming features Python has got? It's got procedural oriented programming, features. Example like C language. Object oriented programming. Object oriented programming like C++ and Java, right? Python has got the features of object oriented programming like C++, Java, right? And has got features of scripting features like Linux shell script. And it has got the features of modular programming features, modular programming like Modular 3. So that's the reason we call Python as a hybrid, because of this multi-programming features. Just we can develop applications using like C language, like C++, Java, like right, we can write many automation scripts. So if we talk about this programming language like Java, the Java programmers or developers are restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without object-oriented programming, there is no Java programmer application there. But in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, with modular programming, many varieties of applications can be developed. Even if you talk data science, ML, deep learning, AI, all this, we never use Java for implementing it. We use Python, right? So Python, and so here we have got two major programming languages, Python and Java. Both are used for application development, but apart from that, Python is widely used for various other kind of applications, right? In animations mostly used, in game development mostly used, in embedded applications, in desktop applications, in networking applications, in big data applications, in data science applications, right? Widely used. So if we talk about if you go back like 10 years, right? 10, like 2010 or 12. See here, Java is mostly used in the industry with the 43%, right? Java is 43% used, but if you talk about Python in 2010, even most of them are not aware that there is a programming language like Python. Only 3% used, right? But if you go back after 10 years, 2020, if you see from last 2 3 years, yes, the usage of if you talk about, I'll just show you some graphs at the end of the session. So the Java usage currently 19%, Python usage has increased, right, to 31%. Okay, so Python has got to see here, we'll be writing many automation scripts using Python, many object-oriented programming features, and Python has got a great boom today because of this modular programming modules concept. Modules, we have got like modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for various domains, right? Whatever domain you are from, Python is providing a module. If you're from networking, Python has got a module for it. If you're from testing background, or if you're from data science background, or from big data background, or database background, whatever background, right? Python has got modules for every domain, right? So if I talk on these modules, 89,300, it doesn't mean that you need to have the idea about all those modules. No, for your whatever domain you are from, the domain specific modules you are going to explore. If you are for data science background, 10 to 15 models are available. Only those models you will be exploring. The same way, whatever domain you are from, that domain specific models we will be exploring. For that, we need to have the knowledge on Python and how to work with Python modules, how to import them, how to reload them, how to rename it, and how to create our own modules if they are not available. So we'll be discussing as part of this course. So for data science, we see separate modules Python is providing, right? Okay. For big data also, it is providing separate modules, right? This is separate modules for this big data environment. And for networking, not only modules, for separate framework also given for networking environment, twisted Python. Apart from this, for testing or test cases, right? We have got Python is providing modules, right? And apart from this, for OS kinds of operating system kinds of activities, OS, the name of the model itself is operating system, OS. For OS kinds of activities, creating directories, renaming, deleting these directories, right? Files, directories. And if you're from database background, for every database, Python is providing a module. For Oracle, right? Python has got a module using which Python, you can connect with Python, right? Yes. For that, CX underscore Oracle is the module for connecting with Oracle. And for MySQL, PyMySQL or MySQL.connector are the modules for MySQL background. Even if anyone from SQL, like SQL server, right? PyODBC. PyODBC is the model for it. And apart from this, if anybody for working for different types of files, for Excel files, we have got separate modules. Python is providing XLRD, XLSX writer. So XLRD and XLSX writer modules, right? So for reading and writing data into these Excel files. So by writing Python statements only, we can create Excel files or Excel workbook. Okay, by writing Python statements, go and check with whatever location you have provided, with whatever name, a Excel workbook or file is going to get created. I can create multiple sheets within this. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, right? multiple sheets, and I can insert the data into sheet 2. I can read data from sheet 1. Not only Excel files, comma separated values files, JSON files, XML files, PDF files. For all this, right? Python has got modules, PDF. And apart from this, for mathematical operations, we got math module available. For statistics, stat models are available, right? Yes. And apart from this, we have got generating graphs using Python. Python is the only programming by writing scripts we can generate graphs. By writing code, we can generate graphs. So in this way, thousands of models Python has got. Any type of graph, normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph, any kind of graph we can generate, right, by using Python. So these are some of the examples of these modules, right, mostly used. Python has got 89,300 modules. And if coming back, Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are getting developed today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? So just I'll brief you one by one. Python real-time applications. So today Python mostly used in creation of web applications. Lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python. You may ask why Python? We have got a Java.NET which are used from last 20-25 years, right, for developing web applications. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear and audible? Once again. Yes. Is my voice clear and audible to all? Once again, can you please confirm?
Yes, yes, audible.
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So here, yeah. So here web applications, like we have got Java.NET, which are developing web applications from last 20-25 years. Why Python now? Why again Python means? Python is providing frameworks like Django framework, Flask framework, Pyramid framework, Bottle framework, TurboGear. Most famous framework is Django for creating web applications, right? So what advantage we see here by using Django means it has got its own database and it got its own application server at a rapid speed. We can develop a web application using Django, right? Yes. Apart from this, like Python mostly used in automation applications. In automation applications, lot of automation. See, today, if you see everything getting automated, right? Lot of automation applications can be created by using Python. If I talk like using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, right? IoT and using DevOps, IoT, Internet of Things, right? So everything through online today, online banking, online shopping, online exams, online healthcare, online education, e-learning, online business, e-commerce, online communications, right? Sure, like audio, video, chattings. Okay. So I can say IoT is a physical network or device embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity for controlling data, for exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? So you are going to see many more automation applications in the coming days using IoT, AI, all this, right? So IoT is, I can say in a simple way, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? So apart from this, right, Python mostly used in big data applications. So I'll just take a minute where exactly this Python used within this big data environment. So if we talk about big data, the name itself saying huge volumes of data. Data is stored in the form of KB, MB, GB, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, petabytes. Okay, KBs you should have seen, MBs or GBs or TBs. Do you think like petabytes of data is it getting generated in the current world? 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TB. Already 1 TB is a large storage unit, right? 1024 TBs constitutes 1 petabyte. Do you think like petabytes or exabytes of data is it getting generated in the current world? Petabytes or exabytes is getting generated means yes. Like if we talk about social media like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, all this, right? They are generating huge data. If I talk about Facebook, in a minute, how many posts and videos are getting circulated? So what should be the storage capacity of Facebook, right? To handle all this, right? To store all these posts and videos. So here, right, Facebook is the best example, right, of petabytes of data generation. Not only Facebook today, if I talk like if I take 1 minute of transaction, every application generating huge data, right? Like if we talk about Facebook is the one in a minute, like how many Facebook posts, and if I talk about Twitter tweets, data it keeps on generating, and if I talk about Google queries, and everyone creating their own videos and uploading in the YouTube videos upload, right? Yes, and the email, millions and trillions of users using email or Gmail messages, right? The first storing all this, right? Huge data. And bank transactions, telecom transactions, e-commerce sites like Flipkart or Amazon, right? Everywhere you see like huge data. So for this, we have got some big data tools available. Big data tools like Hadoop and Spark. So these are used for huge data storage and processing. So they are using languages like Scala, Python, right? So Spark with Scala or Spark with Python. So Spark with Python, like PySpark is it, right? Okay. So even Python used within this big data side, right? So now I will list out what all the other various other applications where Python is used today, mostly in scientific applications. For scientific applications for numerical analysis, right? Using models like NumPy, CP, numerical Python, and scientific Python. Apart from this, Python used for graphical user interface, GUI, graphical user interface, or animation application. GUI animation applications. Okay. Apart from this, Python today mostly used for game development. Game development, right? A lot of games are getting developed today by using Python. Single user, multi-user online games. Especially for developing games, Python has given a framework called Pygame. It is a framework given by Python for developing games in Python. Apart from that, we have got one more PyCora, one more framework given by Python. And we have got PySoy, a 3D rendering library, right? It's a, PySoy is a 3D rendering library, right? So yes, for developing 3D games. And here previously I forgot to say this, right? So in automation applications in DevOps also, Python is mostly used in writing automation scripts. Python serves as a remedy to any problem in the IT industry. When it comes to DevOps, the ultimate goal to reduce the time taken in the DevOps lifecycle to improve the efficiency, right? So Python offers a structural solution in terms of automating the tasks in each of the stages of DevOps lifecycle. So here it offers a solution, right, in terms of automating the tasks, right? And if you see the entire life cycle, requirement gathering, system design, system implementation, system testing, system deployment, and system maintenance. Python is one of the best scripting choice, right? It's one of the best scripting languages with vast varieties of Python libraries, right? Which allows to write scripts for the improved development life cycle, right? Yes. So the talk of the industry like a Python, that is data science, right? Which uses Python for its implementation, right? Yes. So in GUI animations or game development, apart from this, where Python can be used, right? I'll just list out one by one, right? In scheduling tasks, right? Scheduling tasks. So we have got Airflow for it. We are going to schedule tasks on each day or a week or a month or every month, particular day, right? Yes. Scheduling tasks. And for testing or test cases, Python is mostly used, testing or test cases. And even for software development. Yes. Software developers make use of Python as a support language. We use like BuildBot, Apache Gump for automated compilation and testing, Roundup Track for project management and bug tracking, right? So Python is one we use. Software developers use Python as the support language. Apart from this, where Python can be used, business applications. Business applications, Python is one of the greatest choice or best choice, right, for developing e-commerce systems. Apart from this, one of the hottest application of Python, application database application, right? Yes. So Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, all this, right? Yes. And network programming, network programming are for networking applications, right? For network programming and network application, it is providing a separate framework itself, like twisted Python, right? And apart from this network programming, Python mostly used in web scraping, right? Yes. Web scraping means scraping data or extracting data from different websites. So we have got URL lib model for it, beautiful soup models for this. Apart from this, Python not only for computer applications, even for other applications like civil or electronics applications, right? Like CAD applications, computer aided designing, CAD applications, computer aided designing or 3D CAD applications, and apart from this, for embedded applications. CAD applications, embedded applications. The most famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? Yes. Apart from this, yes. Now, can you hear my voice, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, yes.
yeah. Web scraping, CAD applications, embedded applications. Raspberry Pi is one of the best application. That is embedded application which using Python for its scripting, and computer vision for object detection, face detection, color detection, and for data analysis. Yes, desktop applications, single user applications, and for console applications, right? We use it. And who are using Python today, right? Who are using Python today, and topmost applications built by using Python. Topmost applications built using, who are using Python today, and topmost applications. Topmost applications built by using Python. So if you talk right, yes. So Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example for Python web applications, right? And apart from this, Yahoo using Python. Yahoo using Python for its web search systems. YouTube using Python, right? For its video sharing service, right? Uber using Python, right? Uber pricing algorithm implemented by using Python. Apart from this, Instagram using, built by using Python. The main reason for Instagram to opt for Python is practicality and its simple syntaxes. And apart from this, some applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest are built by using Python. Apart from this, MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. MMOG means massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python for its scripting. Apart from this, BitTorrent using Python for its file sharing service. One of the topmost OTT platform, Netflix, using Python for security automation and for subscription purpose. Netflix. It uses models like NumPy, CP, right? Yes. Even NASA is using Python, I said, for its research and development activities. Okay. iRobot. iRobot for military and commercial applications. Here we are using it. Apart from this, Iron Port email server, it uses more than 1 million lines of Python code for doing its job. For hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for its hardware testing purpose, right? Yes. Okay, these are the topmost applications built using Python, and they're built by using Python and for using Python. So that reasons which makes Python super popular, reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Super popular. So many programmers or developers are attracted towards Python because of its very less coding. Very less coding you are going to see in Python. Simple syntax is given by Python. Simple syntax is given by Python. They look like normal English statements. Multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, hybrid features we got, right? Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. Just observe in the bottom search panel, I am typing CMD and just go to the command prompt. If I say Python version will be displayed and Python interpreter gets open. Python version is 3.11. Okay. So whenever I type Python here, Python version and Python interpreter, 3 arrow symbol, right? Here I can type any valid Python statements and interact with Python statement by statement. I am asking Python, what is 3 plus 4? into 26. Any valid statements we can just here x equal to 10. No need to define the data types. Directly we can say x has 10, y is 20. What is x plus 5 value? What is x minus y? X into y. Sorry, x into y, single x. X to the power of 2, 10 square, 100, right? X equal to hello, HELLO, right? Prints hello for 3 times. Yeah, x into 3 prints for 3 times, x into 5 prints 5 times. So, right, in this way you can interact with Python statement by statement, which you cannot see in other programming. statement wise interaction, giving response, right? That is what interactive mode. And wide varieties of application, I was discussing about all that applications, right? Wide varieties of applications and many built-in libraries, modules. Okay, so these are the reasons which makes Python super popular. So I'll just show you like opening a graph in the Google, right? The scope of Python, job market of Python, right? So popular coding language from the last 2-3 years, if you see, in 2000, popular coding language, Python is a highly readable object, is a language with automatic memory management. So Python stands first. Python stands as the #1 ranked programming. Yeah, if you see more results for this. The most popular programming language, Python stands first. Next comes Java, the other things, right? Yes. Most popular programming used by top 25 unicorn. Python stands first here, right? Popularity of programming language, Python first here. And if you see top 10 programming, Python stands first, next JavaScript to Java, right? Ranking wise, if you check Python, it's the #1 ranked here. Next comes Java, C, C++, these things, right? Yes. And if you see the usage, right, in the industry, the big circle, Python 31% used, Java 19% used, right? And C++ 9%, C 6%, right? JavaScript 65%, right? So Python is mostly used today, right? Okay. So now what I'm going to discuss as part of this course, right? Yes, as part of starting from the basics, like from the scratch ground level to the advanced level, everything in brief. I'll be typing and showing you, right, the statement, like the program code statement by statement. I will type and show you, not like bringing some pre-written code and explaining. It won't happen, right? So the sessions will be interactive sessions, but as today I was speaking most of the time, right? As it is a demo one. So normally you can be unmuted status. You can just unmute and you can just ask your queries, and you need to give response for each and every statement I type. You'll be interacting. So these are the course content you can check, right? Yes. You can check in this website.
Vijay sir, quick question.
Yes,
So
yes.
we can enroll for full stack as well, correct? This
Yes,
batch.
yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So just observe here, right? It's a total, it's a full stack batch only. Or if you want only Python, you can go for only Python. So here Python, starting from this Python basics, history, applications, features, advantages, versions, the flavors of Python, versions of Python, features of Python, applications of Python, right? Comparison between different programming languages, Python operations, their modes, the editors and IDs. So in real time, we use different IDs, right? Like I'm going to show you not in one or two, like 4 to 5 IDs I'm going to show you, like PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter, Anaconda, Prompt Navigator, right? Like even in VS Code, Atom, how to work on those IDs, data types, constants, variables, input output type conversions, comments, escape sequences, indexing, slicing, right? Operators in Python, different types of operators, IDs I was talking about, Anaconda, Prompt Navigator, Jupyter, Spider, all this, right? And flow control statements, and this strings in Python, strings in brief. string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, and collections in Python, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, list modifying lists, list within lists, Python tuples, tuple creations, different ways of creating tuples. Am I audible, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, okay, tuples, tuple creations, their indexing, their slicing, functions, methods, their addresses, right? Sets, similar operations like dictionaries, functions in Python, different categories, examples, types, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, arbitrary arguments, types of functions like lambda functions, filter functions, map function, reduce functions, right? Modules very important, right? Because of which Python has got boom. What is a module? How to import, normal import, from import, different ways of importing, reloading, working with standard modules, right? And package in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, file handling, and working with different types of files, object-oriented programming concepts. Here I've given only the headings here, right? Many subtopics will be there. Object-oriented programming in brief, like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static, constructor, destructor, inheritance, types of inheritance, polymorphism, right? And working with the regular expressions, extracting required data from the given data or the string, with different types of functions used for extracting data from given data. If you've got lakhs of records from that you want particular column or row, you can database connectivity. I'm going to show you one installation of one database. So here I will be showing you installation of one database if it doesn't have like a database, and how to connect to the database, how to connect with the database, right? And working by writing Python statements only, I need to perform those creating table. By writing Python statement only, table should be created in the database, data should be inserted, data, all those operations we perform by using Python statements. And transaction management, handling errors within the database level, right? So I'll just also, if it doesn't have knowledge, first I'll brief with first that SQL, later I'll come with this, right? For 1 or 2 days, we're discussing on this in database installation and SQL operations. Later I'll go with Python database connections, and I'll be discussing different modules related to different domains, right? Some modules related to database, some models related to regular expressions, some models related to data science, some related to big data, some related to date time, some related to operating system, some models related to graphics. So you'll get the idea like how to work with modules. So is it how to use them, how to get help on a module if doesn't know, right? So Python has got help function to help you with that. So in the tomorrow session, I'll show you some sample example snippets of Python, how the coding looks, how that generating graphs and some other, right, built-in functions, how they are used, modules, importance of modules in Python, I'll be discussing, right? Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time using same link, right, to see more on this. And a Python datetime operating system module, like different types of renaming, removing, change directory, creating directory, list, right? So write a Python program to create a directory, to remove, write a Python program to remove a directory present in the C drive, right? Program to just check what is present in a particular directory. Advanced concepts like iterators, generators, closers, and decorators, web scraping, hard scraping data, extracting data, and GUI programming, right? Graph components, creating for different kinds of components, and creating Excel workbook, right? Writing Python statements, inserting data into that Excel, reading data from Excel, and data analytics like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib model, plottings and visualizations, working examples on that Pandas module, right? And introduction, as Python is mostly used in data science, I also provide introduction to this data science at the last. So those who go, anyone go for data science environment can make use of a different introduction to it, and Pandas module for regular usage and also for data science, right? Both it will be used, creating data frames from dictionaries, from list, from series, from CSV files, from JSON files, from databases, right? And working with time delta, creating functions, and NumPy module in brief. NumPy means numerical Python, and numerical Python, how to work with it, and matplotlib plotting and visualizations. Nearly 30 topics in brief is going to be discussed, and just compare this as compared with any other trainings, right? We'll be discussing in brief about all this, right? Nearly, I am saying like 75 hours, like 2.5 months, right? For all this. So at the end, you'll be getting a great command on this Python, right? Not only this, I'll be providing you some tasks and assignments to work with. Getting the output is not the criteria here. You need to just build the code. In the course, we'll be discussing like statement by statement, we'll be discussing. Yeah. So yes, for the same cost, right, you will be getting that recording also every day. Every day it's a recording. Every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video every day, right? And those who go for full stack, right, apart from this Python, now I will be showing you for full stack what is that for Django framework given by Python. See this Django introduction, Django like web frameworks, Django installation, its architecture, its environment, right? Working with the different IDs there. Project architecture I'll be discussing. We will be having many .py files like urls.py, settings.py, admin.py, models. Each and every py file, inbuilt py files will be available. We no need to write huge coding there. So everything taken care by Django also, right? Django at a rapid speed, we can develop a web application. All inbuilt features will be seeing, right? Everything taken care by Django itself. Applications creations, Django views, Django templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts like ORM, all this, right? Yes. Apart from this, yes, I'll be, before I go with Django, I'll be providing the knowledge on this, in brief knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript, right? So this is what our entire thing, full stack, is going to be covered along with this REST APIs and the database. So only like if you go for only Python, right, it's like 75 hours. So in this Python, I have divided into 3: Python basic and Python advanced and Python application oriented modules. Total 75 hours will be covered, 70 to 80 hours for it. So that it's an offer batch just given for 5K, right? 5,000 is the course fee for this. So that apart from this, those who wants to go for full stack, right, total Python and the web development, right? First, I'll be covering UI technologies, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. So everything will be discussed, right, in brief. And next comes to this Django framework. In that applications creations, I'll be nearly showing you. So daily, like every day, one applications will be developing, right? Nearly some 20 applications you'll be developing, right? In this step by step, right? I'll be showing you that step by step how to download and how to develop these applications. So I'll be showing you in 3 IDs how to develop by using in PyCharm IDE, Atom, VS Code, how to develop this, right? And finally a project on this. So for entire these things, right? Yes. For all this, right? For all this UI technologies, Django, all this. So it's also a offer. Previously it was 7K, it was given for 5K. Previously it was for 7K, it is given for 5K now. But as a combo package with a single, right, if you're taking, you can just pay 9K, right? Yes. So if you see that in the chart panel, the payment details, everything is posted by this online team. Online team, they'll be posting the videos, all the other things on a regular basis for you, right? To your Google Drives. So here you can check that total payment process details, their contact details, everything is provided, right? Fine. So this is what the course structure and how the training goes. So in brief, in depth, I said I'll be providing some assignments and tasks to work with. Yes. Any queries you have got? So later a WhatsApp group also is going to get created, right, for technical discussions. If anybody got any during the when you are practicing, if you got any error, just take the snap of it and just you can post in the WhatsApp group. Anybody can answer and can debate on that. Yes. And I'll be answering it, right? So any queries, right? And tomorrow also everyone can attend the session same time using the same link. Yeah, I said project also, right? Yes, final event project. So coming to this, 1 second. So this is 75 hours for Python, like 2.5 months. And so actually 2 to 2.5 months I'll be taking for this. And for this, it takes 2 months. For this entire thing, I'll be taking for 2 months for all this. So it also goes for 60 hours. But if you want parallelly also, you can go with Python and this UI technologies parallelly. Python core is, when Python core is going, you can go with UI technologies. And when Python advanced going, you can go with Django. Parallelly, you can complete in 2.5 to 3 months if you go parallelly. But one after the other, if you've got time, you can go with one after the other, right? So WhatsApp will be created once everyone got enrolled, right? On the enrolled people, right? And one more thing, yes, I forgot to say the timing of this batch, right? The timing of this batch. So the demos goes first next 2-3 days, it goes at 8 p.m. But the timing, right, as most of the students request. So as everyone who are doing jobs also need to, so it is kept at 9 p.m. So first, like the timing of this batch will be at 9 p.m. right? It starts at 9 p.m. first. Now for next 3-4 days it will be at 8 p.m. The demos goes at 8 p.m. right? 2 days or 3 days, whatever the demos, but the batch starts 9 p.m. right? The batch timing 9 p.m. IST timing, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. So there will be some weekend batches for this Django batches and this web development batches, right? So if you go for UI technologies or Django, weekend batches available Saturday and Sunday, like 2 hours on Saturday and Sunday, 2 hours, right? If you want to go parallelly, right? So otherwise you can go one after the other, right? So here only for Python it is 5K. If you want total package, right, full stack, it is 9K. Or only Python, it is 5K, right? In brief.
So this batch timings will be 9 to 10, sir, right? From next week.
Yes.
Okay.
From this Monday onwards, right?
Yeah.
So from tomorrow we'll be just going with this, right? Tomorrow onwards we'll be just starting with that, right? So tomorrow will be that we'll be just entering into that Python basics. Today was the introductory session. Tomorrow will be just going, I'll be showing you the installations, the working, most other things, right? Tomorrow I'll just showing you some sample snippets of Python. Later I'll go with versions, Python execution modes, Python installation, and goes with that, right? Fine. Yeah, any other queries, anyone, right? So there is no prerequisites, I said, and we will be do everything discussed from the scratch ground level to the advanced level. They look like, tomorrow I'll show you some codes of Python, right? You can just check how simple it looks as compared with. Yeah, weekend batches. If you want a weekend batches means Django, if you want to go parallel in weekdays, if you go right, Python in weekends like Saturday and Sunday mornings, like you'll be having Django batches and UI technologies will be discussed, right? So if the students who wants to go parallelly, right? Once you get enrolled, right, you can attend any of my course. And even for revision also you can attend my course once again. Means and if you miss for example any of my course means because of some your job timings has changed, you are unable to attend in the evening, you can attend my morning classes or morning evening, you can shift that batch of mine, right? Or whenever I start any Django batch, whenever I start any this full stack batch, right, you can attend that Django batch anytime, right? After 10 days of your start of the course or 30 days of the start of the course, if you want to attend Django parallelly, you can attend. No. First starting onwards, Django, right? Django from starting onwards, you can attend. Yes, yes, that can do it. I'm saying for those people who wants to go parallelly. If it doesn't want, right, you can go one after the other. After Python completion, you can go, right? If you have what time, right? Tomorrow also you can attend the session, right? So tomorrow is right, you can attend, right? Saturday also you can attend the session. So tomorrow, next 2 days, you can attend the sessions. Later you need to go for so the link is going to be changed tomorrow, and day after tomorrow also you can attend the sessions to see like, and the next 2 days after that the link will be changed. You are supposed to get enrolled, right? Yes. So yes, Trinisha, right? What is that? Tomorrow you can attend the session. Saturday also you can attend the session. Then you can go for the payment. Yes. Yes, Akhil, right? Once you got command in this Python, right? Once you go and check, right? And that level of this course, right? Like applications creations, after discussing, yes, after discussing this many applications, right? Nearly 20 plus applications will be discussing. So you'll be getting great command in the application development, right? You can just, if you get through the interview process, right? With just 1 or 2 interviews, you can just crack it, right? So if you observe this for the Django batches, right? If you see the applications, so these are all these applications that we have created, right? My project, it's nearly 20 plus for any batch. And if you see that this batch, right? So what all that we are clear with clear notes, right? With clear notes. For example, step by step, step one, working with step one, step two, step three, step four. In step 5, I'll be providing you, right? So easy for okay. For even if you got stuck up anywhere, you can just go through the steps and you can just fine. Fine. So any more queries, right? Anyone? So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, then I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock with the same link, right? So thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Still, if you've got queries, you can ask me in the tomorrow session also, right?